The state of Alabama was ahead of the curve as the calendar turned the corner on the 20th century. In Montgomery in 1901, suffragists lobbied for women's right to vote. 14 years later, State Representative J.W. Green of Dallas County proposed a suffrage bill again. At the time, it looked like a major victory for women was in sight. To get it done, though, the legislature would have to pass the bill. Then Alabamians would have to approve it as well.
So then you start to see them also changing their focus to, all right, now we have to convince the larger public that they want to ratify this bill.
Supporters hit the road for a 7-month campaign. They toured all over the state, getting people to sign a petition to take to lawmakers. It culminated in Suffrage Day at Rickwood Field in August of 1915.
They decked out Rickwood Field in banners that say justice and equality and votes for women. There are yellow banners and flags flying. There's women dressed in all yellow handing out pamphlets. They're playing suffrage songs on the organ.
The Barons team also got involved, stepping up to the plate decades before athletes made political statements.
The players are wearing votes for women sashes, so are the managers. If they're not wearing a sash, a full sash, they're sometimes wearing these yellow belts, and yellow was the color of suffrage.
Before the game, an even larger show of support. All women's teams from Birmingham and Bessemer hit the field for a one-inning exhibition.
They're kind of showing off, the journalist said, that they're showing that women can play the game like the men do. And so it's kind of, in its own way, kind of showing, look, we can play baseball. We could also vote.
The game itself was a bit of a dud. The Barons and Chattanooga Lookouts played to a draw. For the suffragists, though, the game was a shot in the arm, an overwhelming success. But it wouldn't last. A week later, the Alabama House of Representatives voted down the suffrage bill. The man leading the charge against the bill, the very man who proposed it. J.W. Green defending his decision to vote against his own legislation, saying to confer suffrage on women in the South would double the Negro problem by adding to it the more vicious and aggressive element of the race.
Trying to pinpoint what happened, no one really fully knows. Maybe someone kind of talked to him, convinced him, but he changed his mind so dramatically.
Exactly 5 years after the game here at Rickwood, Tennessee became the 36th state to ratify the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. Alabama would reject ratification in 1919. It would not be approved in our state until 1953. In Birmingham, Emma Owen, WVTM 13.